It's day 3 of my daily series of giving advice to my younger self. I'm hoping that this finds people that are similar to the younger me, and maybe some of the things that I've gone through and learned can help people that are a step or two behind me. Today, I want to talk about manifestation and the power of what you put out into the world, shifting the way the universe responds to you, and in turn, what you get back. I feel like right now I'm in a phase of really good energy. My vibration is raising. I've been doing a lot of detoxing physically, working on like a liver detox right now and an internal organ cleanse. I've been doing a lot of breath work, really intense breath work, which is like a energetic and spiritual detox. I've cut ties, with different relationships and friendships and social circles that weren't serving me elevating to my highest value in life and were kind of holding me down. Doing all these different things, working on mind, body, spirit, and all of a sudden I can tell the way that the world is responding to me is different. I was stuck in a cycle of like severe negativity and depression for about 6 months for a number of reasons, but like really, really bad. And I noticed that during that time, everything I was attracting was just more chaos. It's like I was vibrating at a really negative level, didn't have very many nice things to say about myself, and therefore I was attracting people that didn't seem to think very highly of me and or highly of themselves. Now that I've removed myself and come back, this is my little assistant here, Pip. She's gonna help me not get too long-winded in this video, which I sometimes do. But now that I've put a lot of effort and intention into myself, detoxes, mental and spiritual and social circles, training, been lifting weights every single day at the gym, joined a yoga studio, I'm doing yoga every single day, spending a lot of time outside walking, I'm eating healthy, I'm sleeping more, drinking a ton of water, all these different things, right? I'm noticing people are just nicer and friendlier to me, and I'm having like, whereas a month ago I was kind of in my shell and didn't feel confident in myself or comfortable really going out of my way to talk to people. Like I wanted to talk to people. I'd be at the gym or I'd be at yoga and I'd be like, oh, I'd really like to have some small little conversation with that person that would be pleasant. And I just wouldn't do it. And it didn't seem like I was vibrating high enough for anyone to be attracted to me. Now I can tell I'm like, eye contact is locked in with people. I'm a little bit calmer. I'm not really that like anxious or high anxiety as I'm sitting next to someone in yoga, for example. And a month ago, I would have been like, fuck, what do I say? And like really over analytical, being really hard on myself. Like, fuck, am I going to be perceived as weird for asking them if they're from this city or if they're new to the studio? Am I going to get rejected if I try to start a conversation and they just like don't smile or give me one word answers? I was really worried about that a month ago because I had a really low image of myself, didn't feel good about myself. I wasn't taking care of myself in the gym. Hadn't done all of this energetic and spiritual and physical cleansing and detoxing, wasn't well rested, wasn't managing my stress. So all of a sudden now it's easy for me. And it's even, people are even coming up to me at the gym yesterday, for example. Someone came up to me and asked for a spot, and it turned into a really nice conversation with the biggest dude in there, this absolute unit, kind of like thug looking homie guy that initially I kind of perceived him as a threat. I was like, oh, this is like the biggest dude around here. And I kind of had like a little bit of a mean mug on, just stayed in my lane, lifting my own weight, not making eye contact. But a part of me did feel like, this would be a cool guy to lift with or talk to. Like he's huge. And like, I just think my energy gave off a little bit of like, it's open-hearted energy. I'm not like aggressive towards others or like afraid of conversation. I think that I have an inviting warm energy right now, and sometimes it's me going up to people at the gym or in yoga and like having great conversations. Other times it was this dude asking me for a spot, and afterwards I could tell he was pretty anxious and maybe had felt some like apprehension about approaching me because a lot has changed in the last couple of years. People just are not as social as they used to be. Everyone at the gym especially just has their headphones in. Almost no one talks to anyone. And he's probably had some pre-workout in him or something too, but I could tell he was like shaking and tweaking and having a little hard time like keeping eye contact with me after, when I told him, I was like, yo, good set, bro, because he hit 275 for 5. It's like, damn, it was fucking big, man. Like, I saw you benching next to me. And yada 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 yada. I don't even know what we said, but I kind of just like I was really pleased with myself because it turned into a really pleasant conversation. We talked for like 4 or 5 minutes. He was actually a little older, 47, and told me he had trained with the power lifter back in the day and learned a lot from him. We were talking about like the timing of our sets. He was like, "Yeah, I actually only rest like a minute in between sets. If I rest more than that, I feel like I lose, my strength." And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. I usually try to rest like 3 4 minutes because I feel like I'm not recovered for the next set if I'm pushing heavy weight." Anyway, just kind of like became friends, and dapped up afterwards. He's like, "I'm Chris, man. Nice to meet you. Like, do you train here a lot?" Blah 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 blah. So now I got a friend at the gym, and that like little encounter, because I did, see him, and I feel like there's a I don't know if it's like this with women, but with men at the gym, there is a respect from like the most fit guys in the gym towards each other because you understand how difficult it is to build that physique. You understand the discipline, having to eat a ton of food, train for years, and so you just immediately see someone in there either putting up big weight or that has a great physique, and there's like a tiny little nod of approval. And I feel like we're all naturally hardwired to want to be friends with the most powerful people in any room, whether that's the most powerful business people or the most powerful athletes or people in the gym, whatever. So I felt a tiny little sense in the beginning of like, oh man, like respect, bro. And like, it just seemed like I kind of manifested that little interaction with him. And I don't know if that's making any sense, but it was a cool encounter. And more things like that have been happening. It's been happening at the yoga studio I'm going to. A month ago, I was like really to myself. I had just joined there. I wasn't as sure of myself. I wasn't in as good of shape or as healthy mentally or physically. And I just kind of had a little bit more of this fear of rejection, like, oh, I don't want to say something to someone and have them think I'm weird or only give me a one word answer or whatever. So I'm just not even going to try, even though I did deep down want to connect with people. That's a big part of why I joined the yoga studios. I know that I historically have enjoyed yoga people. They're usually very health conscious, loving, open hearted, community oriented people. And I've always had good experiences in yoga classes and yoga studios. So, yes, I joined to take care of myself and be healthy and work on my own stuff and relaxing my nervous system, etc. But I also joined to try to make like minded friends and connections. And I was in my own dome a month ago. And now that I've taken care of myself and applied a lot of energy to rebuilding myself and getting healthier, people, I think your aura and like your face is just different. There's just like less anxiety, less tension, less aggressiveness or anxiousness, and there's just more like you're in an inviting face. People can sense when you're sure of yourself and you're confident and you're not like fidgety and tweaky and all over the place, and you're a little more just like here now with you. And I'm able to listen to people. So today, for example, I had like 2 or 3 conversations with the yoga instructors and other people in the class, which may not seem like anything to you. You might be like, "What? You're so weird, dude. Like, what the fuck are you over analyzing your interactions with people at the gym and the yoga studio for?" I'm enjoying noticing a shift in the way the world and people are receiving me as I'm altering the way I perceive myself. The way I perceive myself is the way others perceive me. I guess that's the point I'm trying to get at here. And in order to perceive yourself at a higher level, you just act like a higher level person would. Literally just think of what a successful athlete or CEO or business owner or whatever the type of person is that you're aspiring to be like, or even Google it. Watch a Diary of a CEO video, or Google like Steve Jobs, daily routine, morning routine, night routine, whatever. If you take those actions for enough days in a row, all of a sudden you perceive yourself the same way you perceive that person that you once were looking up to. Now you're looking at yourself like that. We judge other people the same way we judge ourselves, which is by their repeated actions. If someone smokes cigarettes every day, you call them a smoker. If you go to the gym every day, you call yourself, a fit person or daily gym goer. I don't know what the fuck you call yourself, but you know what I mean, right? So, as I am now taking very good care of myself on all planes and am building momentum week after week, and am also putting myself out there online, creating content like this, trying my absolute hardest to just be myself, be authentic, be transparent, not trying to appear perfect or like I know everything. I'm just meeting you guys exactly where I'm at, just a dude, and trying to figure it out and course correct along the way. I've made a lot of wrong turns, still alive and breathing. My end goal is the same as everyone else's: peace, happiness, love, acceptance, and I'm on my way there. And trying to talk about it, and it's been really encouraging on Instagram. Haven't really had a moment on YouTube yet, but on Instagram 2 days ago, after applying effort for a long time about, what to say and making several videos, all of a sudden I had one click, and it was a 25-minute Instagram video. Not really the way the platform is designed to work, but I think it was just so from the heart and so real about where I am in life. It did great, got like hundreds of comments, and I got so many personal DMs, pages and pages of stuff people wrote me, opening up and sharing similar experiences. And that was very empowering, and another bright spot of like, see, like the algorithm is just another form of energy, and followers and likes and comments, it's just energy. What you put out consistently comes back to you. I've been giving a lot. I've been giving to myself and then letting my cup overflow and going into the world and trying to impact other people in a positive way through these little pleasant conversations at the yoga studio, at the gym, in my content, and trying to be a light. And it's working, and it's coming back to me now. It's in turn lighting me up. All of these encounters that I've been having, and the social media connection with other people that say that they can relate to me and are reaching out and showing a ton of gratitude and support for the journey I'm on and my ability to be open and share with people where I'm at. It's becoming a revolving door. It's making me feel better. I'm making other people feel better. My little ecosystem of the world is starting to have much more of a smile on it, much more high vibrational, happy energy. Whereas just 1 to 2 months ago, it was the complete opposite. My own internal thoughts about myself and the world and others were negative, and my immediate circle of experiences and people was also negative. Now I've addressed my own energy and elevated my own vibe, and am working on my own aura and cleansing it of all negativity and infusing it with positivity. All of a sudden, that's becoming my experience in the world as well, not just in my own internal world, but in the real world. And I think it's not a coincidence. Like, I didn't just go to the yoga studio 15 times in a row feeling shitty about myself and have zero conversations with anyone, and then start going there feeling good about myself and confident and happy and light and joyous and open-hearted, and all of a sudden it's becoming easy to me. Everyone seems to want to talk to me. I can tell I'm getting recognized and noticed. I'm walking in the room and it's palpable energy. And I'm not trying to be cocky. I hope this doesn't come off like distasteful in any way. I'm trying to encourage you guys to be this way. That's the point of this video. It's like, look, if you're not happy with your experience of life, that's a reflection of not being happy with yourself, which is totally in your control. Start working out, start taking care of yourself, remove the negative junk food, remove the negative people, remove the negative social media accounts, the accounts that are all about gossip or all about controversy or making fun of people, or saying how even some of the positive accounts. If it's like a person that seemingly has a perfect physique or a perfect life, if you notice that it makes you feel bad about yourself rather than empowered, like, oh, I want to pursue that physique or that lifestyle, if it makes you feel disempowered, like, man, I'll never get there, unfollow it. Like, remove every encounter either adds to your energy or takes away from your energy, because all of our life is just an energy exchange. It can't be created or destroyed. So you start every day with a certain amount of energy, let's call it 100 points of life force, and you spend it on things like working out takes energy, writing your book or writing content or emails takes energy, and then you do things that fill you up with energy, which is usually when you share space with other people, conversations, listening to podcasts or consuming content from other people, or going and being in someone else's physical space, doing yoga with them, going on a hike together. When you're in somebody else's vibrational force field, like within 10 feet of them, you are exchanging energy with that person. And if they vibrate high, they bring you up. If they're vibrating low and negative, they bring you down. So all of our encounters and interactions with people and the activities we do are either adding to or taking away from our base level energy for the day. And that more or less correlates with how good you feel. When you have no energy, it's like a guy in a video game. You have to go like lay down in the corner and drink the health potion to have energy to go walk around and play the game again. When you're out of energy, you can't do anything, just like in the real world. And also that is just basically like depression. No energy equals depression. It's a synonym for it, which means no desire to live, no drive to do anything. So we don't want to be there. We want to have as much energy as possible to have the best experience in life as possible. And also the selfless part of it is that we can then transfer it to other people. So those that may not be feeling super well, and they only have 50 out of 100 energy, maybe they've been giving to a lot of other people. Maybe their parents are sick, or their job is really stressful, or their house is in foreclosure. So maybe they're operating at 50 out of 100. And if you're over here being really conscientious about your lifestyle and how you spend your time, who you spend it with, what food you put in your body, how much rest do you get, how much self-care do you do, and you're vibrating at 150 energy points, you have extra that you can give to that person, that friend or that family member, or even just that random person that you see at the gym that looks a little down, or standing in line next to at the grocery store, or on social media. You see someone that's posting and they say they're not doing well, and you offer some encouragement to them, or you send them a personal voice note or DM. It's just an energy exchange in life, and something to be aware of. But it's just always been abundantly clear to me that whenever I really lock in, and the difference between when you say you're locking in versus when you really do. Other people may not know. It's possible to like fake lock in and somewhat be doing what you're supposed to be doing, but staying up really late at night scrolling on your phone, or still eating junk food that you don't tell anyone about, or wasting your time in different ways or different vices. Like, it's possible to sort of lie to others and portray. It's definitely possible online, but it's even possible with your spouse or with your parents or with your children to sort of be half-assing it but make it look like you're doing your best. We're all professional bullshit artists. We learned that at a young age in school to basically, like, remember when you used to have essays that would be like 1,000-word essay or a two-page essay, but then you would learn how to like put 2 spaces after the period, or like change the borders of the paper, increase the indentation on the left and the right side and the top and the bottom, or add an extra space in between lines or whatever. Like, we start learning at a young age how to, or give a speech that needs to be 20 minutes long, but just like blow hot air for the first 5 minutes. We learn how to bullshit. And more than anything, we learn how to bullshit ourselves. And I think as you get older, we're just trying to lie a little bit less to ourselves, and therefore to others as well. And that's really the highest form of self-love, is the ability to be honest with yourself and to keep your word to yourself at all times. And that's where the ultimate confidence comes from. Confident people, it's not a facade, it's real, because they know that their word means something, and every time they've said they were going to do something, they did it. So they know they're a badass, and if they ever make up their mind that they're going to do something, run a marathon, do a bodybuilding show, hit 10K a month in their business, they fucking do it. Therefore, they have total confidence and belief in themselves, because everything that they say is true is true. Total opposite would be zero confidence in somebody that constantly says they're going to do things and doesn't get it done. And so as we grow up, I think the goal is to just lie a little bit less to yourself, a little bit less to others, which will in turn give you more confidence. Other people will respect you more, and just your overall experience of life and the way people treat you, it will elevate when you treat yourself better. That's what I'm going through right now. Treating myself better, and I seem to be effortlessly bringing about pleasant, positive experiences with other people and spreading a little bit of joy and a little bit of light each day, which makes me feel good. And then tomorrow I'll have a little bit more energy than I had today because today was a good day, and it just snowballs. And it's a really cool place to be when you start to tap in and realize that you really are the architect of your own life. You're the captain of the boat. It's not just a random world with random things happening that you have no control over. You are totally in control of your own vibrational field. And if it's not how you want it to be, and you're not experiencing the types of people, the types of opportunities, the types of feelings that you want in your day-to-day life, go internal. It's always internal. It always starts with getting really quiet, meditating, closing your eyes, praying, whatever you want to call it, and listening to your intuition, which is trying to give you signs. You're like a car with check engine lights. Depression is a check engine light. Irritable bowel syndrome is a check engine light. A headache is a check engine light. Being tired and needing 3 cups of coffee to get through your day is a check engine light. Being really irritable and snapping at your partner or your employees or coworkers over really minor things, these are all check engine lights. They're symptoms of a deeper issue, which would be unhappiness with yourself or misalignment in your life and your career, or with the person that you're in a relationship with, or not taking care of your physical health, or eating the wrong foods. Like all those things that I just mentioned, those check engine lights, those are just symptoms of the root causes that I just mentioned. And so listen to them. Depression is a very good thing. It means you're not where you're not where you should be. You're not doing the things to have the life that you want to have, and you're upset at yourself for it. And it's an indicator that if you were doing everything you could be doing to get where you want to go in life, you wouldn't feel this way. And so all these symptoms, which we classify as bad and negative, and we try to dose out pills and things to handle, would actually go away naturally if we just got quiet, listened to our intuition, went in the direction that we felt we were being called to go, and didn't stop until we got to our destination. And I believe that is a good place to end this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it made sense. If you liked it, click like. If you want to see more from this daily series of advice to my younger self, click subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and it would mean a lot if you left a comment. From what I've heard, that does a lot for how far your YouTube channel goes. And I have put a lot of work into mine. I've posted 530 videos over the course of 10 years, and I've only amassed about 4,000 subscribers at this point. I'm only getting about 50 views per video, so I'm sure you can imagine that's a little bit deflating, and it's a little hard to find the energy to want to keep doing this every day, knowing that I'm speaking to so few people. But why I do it is because every person matters, and I do believe it has the potential over time, as I develop my skill of storytelling and I develop myself as a person with better stories to tell and more life experience to share, more learning lessons for you guys. I believe it'll find the right audience, and I believe on YouTube, videos can potentially accumulate views for years. So this video might strike gold 3 years from now, in 2028, which would be dope. And if it does, come back and leave a comment on it saying that you watched it in 2025. But anyway, that's it for now. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.